Hello everybody and welcome back to the next race of the season, and we got the microphone working this time. I had to check, sorry if it messed up, but yeah, so we're back here at Charlotte for the All-Star race, and as you can see, these are not All-Star winners. You're wondering why? Zednick Price, Matthew Brown, Miles Jones rocking a new paint scheme, James Richardson, Joseph Romanok, and others as we go through your starting lineup are in this field. And why, you may ask? Because this is the All-Star racing. You see Christian Misdrack with a brand new paint scheme. Beautiful paint scheme. I did not paint it, sadly. It was painted by Keith Batson. Thank you. And so, new sponsorship for that AAA team. And so the AAA team now, AAA Motorsports team, all of them got new sponsors. Grayson Acevedo got AT&T a few races ago. So, this race, how it works is, it's 20 laps. Got to make a pit stop, and top two will advance on to the main event, so we're going to go ahead and get the command to start engines.
Start engines!
And there was the command. It might have been a little cut up, but hopefully it's okay. Engines are fired, and that's all that's important. We will be back very soon for this race. And yeah, top two advance into the main event, and then when we get the main event, I'll explain the rules then. Alright, the cars are coming through 3 and 4, so quick, just how this race will work. It is 20 laps, this race, top two advance. Gotta make a green flag pit stop, and that's it. The main event will be a 3-segment race. First 2 segments, the winner of that will, the first 2 will line up 1 and 2 in the final segment, and then the rest of the lineup will just be by race off pit road as we get the green flag real quick here in the race and race. To the All-Star race. Who makes it into the All-Star race? Here we have Zednick Price out front. Yeah, so 3 segments. The winner, segment 1, will start first. Winner, segment 2, will start second in the final event. And the rest of the lineup will be determined off a race up pit road, because they will all come down pit road before. As we got a challenge from the race lead. It looks like Miles Jones is going to try to take the race lead here. And a new special scheme he's racing, again made by Keith Batson. And he will lead lap 1 here. In those races, though, it will be a 15, 15, 20 lap segment, how those will. And, yeah, so caution laps count in both races. So, except the final segment and the final round. If there's a caution flag and we cannot get back going, a green-white checker will be put in place for every driver who is still on the lead lap or has no physical, too much damage. As we see John Arndt now try to get the race lead from Joseph Romanok in the 83. We haven't been racing for a little bit, so these drivers are very anxious to be out here trying to race into the All-Star race. Last year's All-Star race winner was the 88 machine. Different driver this year. It was Keegan Alsop last year. This year it's Ryan Madden. Ryan Madden is in the back here. So kind of calm beginning. We've had some fight for the lead, but it looks like John Arndt, Chris Dodd now 1-2. Nick Perkley's back here. It looks like the 87 and 55 team cars are working together. If they pass John Arndt, but you see John Arndt's teammate, the 48, right back here of John Andrews, that means of course they want to help one another get into the main event. But, of course, they want to make it themselves, and only the top 2 transfer. And right now, John Arndt's kind of pulling away. And if you don't make a pit stop, remember, you are not valid to make it. I'm pretty sure everyone, I have it set up so they will make a pit stop. So, everyone does need to make a pit stop. And if you don't pit, then you're not valid to be in the final. As you see, John Andrews now get a push from Matthew Brown, who started on the outside front row. And now it is JA Racing out front 1 and 2. Right now they have the transfer spots. John Arndt pulling away as it is a battle for second, really. We got about 5 cars right here battling for second. Chevy, Toyota, Ford, Chevy, and Ford. So, almost all of the other brands. And here's Christian Misdrack making his Snap-on sponsors proud, getting the sponsorship right before coming to this race, and will carry these colors the rest of the way of the season. And James Richardson in the 6 is getting a Snickers scheme soon, it seems like, to finish off the season for the second half of the season, as well as His teammate Jay Day might be getting a Gatorade. Not 100% confirmed on that. That is the rumors right now about that, as this is a fairly clean race so far. Go back up here. Still battling for second, the transfer spot. But as this happens, John Arndt is not able to pull away. So John Arndt would love to make it into this main event. Not the best season for him. He is 20th in points. He's really climbed out of a hole, though. He was last at one point. So not a terrible season. And if he... How much would a win here mean in this race to get into... Or just be able to get in the All-Star race? And then what if he even won the All-Star race as racing into it? As we're 3 wide back here. Christian Misdrak made a bold move. And now your top 2 are bumper to bumper up front, as everyone else is behind them. Chris Dodd, Nick Perkley still right here. We got some rookies running in the back. Anthony Newton, well, of course, a lot of people are rookies, but the most experienced driver up front would be William Brock, your points leader. I was going to say, why is William Brock? He is not in the main event as of now because he has not won a race yet. So that is why he's not in it. So William Brock would love to be in this main event coming up, as we got a battle for the race lead. Your top 2 switching positions. Here comes the 10 of Matthew Brown to the race lead. Halfway through this race now is over. Christian Misdrak making his way up to the front. Yeah, so William Brock is not in the main event coming up to the front now. John Arndt really has lost grip or something on his tires. He has fallen way back as he's going to get passed by Christian Misdrak. Here comes Tyler Merkel and a lot of other drivers. Now, William Brock's up here now. William trying to get in this. So, John Arndt really falling back. Not what he wants us. They're 3 wide now for third. Nick Perkley's making the move, and he's got your points lead of William Brock. Remember, no points are on the line for these races. Just to have it, really. Bragging rights. As John falls way back. Now remember, pit stops. The rule is you have to come to pit lane. Does not say you have to stop. As we see them, and Tyler Merkel's going to almost get turned. And we're going to have a clean entry. Tyler Merkel almost got turned, though, by William Brock. But other than that, everything else is clean. And pit stops right here. Now, anyone going to just drive through pit road? You're allowed to do that. There's no rule saying you cannot just drive straight through pit road. The rule is you just have to come to pit road, maybe some 2-tire changes or whatnot. Here we go, and making sure they get on pit road safe. It looks like a driver stayed out. Gonna check on that in a minute. Looks like it was James Richardson, and it looks like Christian Misdrak, first one off pit road. Matthew Brown, Nick Perkley's, William Brock, John Arndt. So these drivers racing off pit road. And oh wow, the 21 got heavy damage. Just my bad. That is Dejon Weeks. Something happened to him. No caution though. Must have ran into the back of someone getting on pit road. So the 6 is pitting last. Not sure how much of an advantage or disadvantage that will be for him. But Christian Misdrak, the first off pit road for that second group, it looks like, oh wow, yeah, the 89, Michael Harvey, so some contact getting on pit road. I believe the 1 was the first one off. That's Tyler Merkel. I'm not 100% sure, so let's go, or it might have been Kathleen Tellio right here. I think this is part of the last group. But Matthew Brown is who I think is going to be the race leader when it's all said and done. As we go and find the 6 car. He is getting passed now by the 19. Oh yeah, Christian Misdrak. I think he's going to be the leader. He was second last time by. Yeah, he is the race leader. And you see the 10 and you see the 70 who made a great pit stop, jumping up into the top 3. This is Alexander Russell, my bad. Nick Perkley's, William Brock, the rest of your top 5. Or really your top 6, but that Christian Misdrak is out front. His teammate is in the main event already, and Christian Misdrak with his new sponsor would love to visit. Well, you actually don't go to victory lane. Your car just gets impounded and you move on. But I think he is a good almost second ahead, but the 10 is closing in as we got a battle for third. Alexander Russell. A driver who is always fast in qualifying is up here trying to make the move for third, and that's allowing your top two to pull away though. So yeah, some drivers got some damage coming on pit road, it looks like, but Kathleen gets out of the groove. And now can Alexander Russell catch the 10 of Matthew Brown and transfer into the All-Star race? And will the 10 catch the 19? It looks like they have closed in a whole bunch on Christian Misdrack as we're coming into 3 laps to go here at Charlotte. Who's going to race their way in? The closest battle is up front. 3 cars almost bumper to bumper, really. About a car length in between them. Right now, your top 2's in, and Alexander Russell's out, and Matthew Brown's closing in on Christian Misdrack. He sees the 24 coming and knows he needs to get around Christian, and here comes Alexander Russell. Alexander Russell trying to make it into the All-Star race. With 2 laps to go, here comes Alexander Russell on the inside of Matthew Brown. Does Matthew cut to the inside and do the crossover move? And Alexander Russell's even going to try to go for first. Does he go for first and take it away from Christian? He's not going to have the run. He's running a lane lower. Does he have the run off of 4? As we come to the white flag, your top 2 racing super hard. Matthew Brown now sitting in 3rd. Does he have anything for these top 2 drivers? Do they make contact? Does anything happen here? Alexander Russell's going to move Christian way out the track. Christian way up the track. And that's going to allow Matthew Brown to get the move. And here comes the 70 car, Kathleen Tellier. Does she make a move? We know it looks like Alexander Russell's going to make it, but does Kathleen have anything right here off of 4? She gets to the back bumper. It's not going to be enough. Alexander Russell and Matthew Brown transfer into the main event. Kathleen Tellier, the 19 of Christian Misdrack, and John Arndt, your top 5. I'll look through the rest. Of course, this does not matter, really, where you finished. So Alexander Russell, Matthew Brown move into the main event. So we will be back for the main event coming up very shortly. First time is 15 laps. That's the first segment. So we'll be right back. And now we're here for the All-Star race. 15 drivers are and 2 race their way in. They did get to qualify. Mike Tolan starting on pole. Next to Grayson Acevedo, Colin Lindsay, Matt Johnson, Noah Kramer, who won last year, which is why he's in it. Matthew Brown, Anthony Corby, winner from last year. Patrick Gill, Chester Harvey, Ferdinand Gabot, winner from last year. Bobby Fraser uses the champion provisional. Jesse Turner, your 500 winner. Or Ron Alonso's Season 1 Daytona 500 champion. Alexander Russell and Joshua Jones, probably the hottest driver, or trying to become the hottest driver once again. He's second in points. Really looking to close in on William Brock, who is not in the race. These drivers are going to have 15 laps, then a 15 lap. And then they will have a pit stop in between them to go into a 20-lap run to determine your all-star winner. Let's get the command and get ready to go racing here at Charlotte.
Drivers, start your engine!
And there's the command. We will be back very shortly. Cars are rolling off. Mike Tolan, your most recent winner, won at Talladega, I believe. Is starting up front. Grayson Acevedo, winner at Atlanta earlier this season. Yeah. Grayson Acevedo, his teammate came so close. We just saw Christian Misdrack miss out on this race. Came so close to racing in it. Also got a sponsor. So great things going for that AAA Motorsports team. Misdrack's fallen down in points recently, but... So these are your all-stars. They all have a win, except 2. Matthew Brown and Alexander Russell, drivers who race their way in. We got rookies in here as well as some veterans. But who's going to have the upper hand here in the all-star race? We're not sure. It's the first time it's at Charlotte. And green flag's out. Grayson Acevedo gets a great start. And Mike Tolan leads lap 1. We saw Grayson get a great jump, but not holding on. We know this inside is the line that gets moving, and Mike Tolan's pulling away. Remember, you win this segment, you start first in the final segment after the pit stops and everything. You see Colin Lindsay up to second now. Here comes Noah Kramer, a veteran of the series. Anthony Corby as well, a veteran, and probably the newest guy in the series. Chester Harvey is back here. Winner at Infineon a few races ago. First career start, first career win. And that helped him qualify for this race, in all honesty. That's how he made it in here. Anthony Corby, a 4-time winner in the series, as well as Bobby Fraser, who's using his champion provisional, though, to be in the series, or this race. As Mike Tolan is kind of pulling away, as we have about 4-car pull away, and then this little bunch right here. I thought they were about to go 4 wide. Don't want to wreck out early, because a lot is on the line here. Reputation. Being an all-star winner. Lots of racing going on in the back here. They are really just holding up this back part. We see Ferdinand Gabba, a driver who has had just a terrible season. The last, this season, not where he wants to be at all in this 58 car after going on, almost being the champion. Didn't make the final round, but a lot of people thought he would. See Matthew Brown. He's moved all the way to the back now. Grayson Acevedo, one of the best drivers in this series, I would say. Went to victory lane unsponsored. Now he has a sponsor, started at Indy. But he went unsponsored as we're down to 10 to go. We probably won't see pit stops until the end of second segment. We will not see them, though. But you'll see like the order all switched up. And it'll be interesting what everyone takes. Noah Kramer making a move, and here comes Anthony Corby, the veteran, going up front. Anthony Corby, one of the best racers in this series, has not seen victory lane this season yet, but last year, he saw it pretty early. I was going to say, he didn't see it too early. And now here comes Noah with Bobby, the veterans, coming to the front. No, Bobby's going to get stuck in the middle right there, and they're almost 3 wide as Mike Tolan's up a higher lane. Single file off back here. Matt Johnson now. And Anthony Corby's out front. Noah Kramer's going to move from Chester Harvey and Alexander Russell. 2 rookies. 2 real young guns in this series. Who would love to make a name for themselves. Chester's already made a name for himself. I'm pretty sure we'll be seeing Chester around for a while. Alexander Russell. Great qualifying effort every race, but no, can't get the finishes he wants. What about single file all right now? Everyone knows they don't want to wreck early. The last segment will be the most intense segment for sure. 20-lap shootout. These races, the first 2 segments can end in a caution, but the last cannot. It will be a green-white checkered if it comes down to it. And if everyone's still on the lead lap, everyone's in it. But you got to be on the lead lap. As we see now a gap back here. It looks like Ivan Alonso, as well as his teammate Ferdinand and Matt Johnson, have lost the front group, really. Starting to slip back some. Colin Lindsay in the back of this first group. We are almost done with segment 1, and Anthony Corby's leading it. We got Noah Kramer going under the rookie Alexander Russell once again. If you got 4 in your number, you really have a great car, because look at this. Your top 4, all of them have a 4 in their number. The 41, the 24, the 43, and the 44. Now here comes Bobby giving a push to the 44. This race kind of works like a super speedway. You can push people. You want to stay in this big pack, but your leader can sometimes pull away and whatnot. So you see Joshua Jones is back here. Everyone's running different lanes. Joshua's got his teammate in this race. Matthew Brown racing his way in. And the 8 and the 58 teammates have lost the front group completely now. These drivers have not been up to their standards as they were last year. Both of these drivers won a bunch of races. Ron 2. Ferdinand won 3, I think. 3 or 4. Not 100% sure. And Mike Tolan coming back up to the front as we're going to come to 2 to go next time by. Who's going to win segment 1? Two laps to go. Remember, if Mike Tolan passes Anthony Corby, Mike Tolan's going to start first in segment 1. That's what this segment's about, really. Matthew Brown's up here late in the running. We saw him make a late charge in the race. The racing into the race to get into this position. See Joshua Jones jump to that outside. White flag is out for this round, and Anthony Corby's out front. Does he pull them around and finish segment 1 with a win? It looks so. He's had a great car here. We know he wants to see victory lane, get some momentum going into the actual Coca-Cola 600 race coming up next week here on this channel. And Anthony Corby off turn 4 is going to win. You see everyone else finish, and that's where they'll all restart for segment number 2. So, Anthony, Mike Tolan. We will export this. All-star. Export that. Mike Tolan, Noah Kramer, Chester Harvey, Patrick Gill, Joshua, Jesse, Matthew Brown, Grayson Acevedo, Alexander Russell, Matt Johnson, Bobby Fraser, Colin Lindsay, Iván Alonso, and Ferdinand Gabalt. Top 15. Alright, we will be back for the restart and everything. So, stay tuned. We're coming back for the restart of segment 2. No pit stops were made. Anthony Corby won that first one. He will be restarting first in this one and the next segment. So Anthony Corby might be looking like the car to beat. So we'll see Mike Tolan, who marched back up to the field. Double file restart, of course, for the restarts of segments. And if we do see the green-white checkered in segment 3, we will see the green-white checker double file restart there. But if we get caution, it is single file restarts. Caution laps count. Anthony Corby and the 4s get going once again. 41, 44, 43. We saw Patrick Gill bully his way up to the front. He's up to 3rd now. Remember, you gotta win the segment. Now, say if Anthony Corby does win this segment, right now it would be Noah Kramer who would restart. 2nd for the final segment. Patrick Gill up to 3rd. Jesse Turner, Grayson Acevedo, Matt Johnson's up here now late. Ferdinand Gabal, after that first segment, his idea must have been drop to the back, just race out the first segment, see how his car is, and now try to get up to the front to get in position for a great pit stop. As he's going to run into the back of the 44 almost and cut Chester Harvey out back here. Mike Tolan dropping real fast. Your 4 is still out front, of course. This time we have the 46, so Patrick Gill up here. Jesse Turner, your 500 winner. Daytona 500 winner, that is. Matt Johnson, Texas winner. Joshua Jones. He does have a win. It was at Atlanta. My bad. I had said Grayson had won at Atlanta. He had actually won at Las Vegas. My bad about that. We see Matt Johnson now stuck on the outside. And it looks like Noah's trying to make a run here on the 41 off turn 4. Does he dive to the inside right here? He is just a pushing Anthony. Look at the gap he built between him and Patrick Gill now. And now he's going to the inside. Here we go for the race lead. Does he have enough? Not enough that lap. He needs to get another run here. Next time by will be 10 to go here in this segment. Oh, we got a car through the grass. It's the 28 of Matt Johnson. He's going to come back on to the track, and he's going to hold up the 58 car. What happened there? We're going to have to go check that out later. Looks like he must have just got loose or something. He was racing up frontish, not too far up, as now Joshua Jones and Grayson Acevedo racing for third. There you see the dust from Matt Johnson, who is actually not even running that bad now after he went off the grass. He's running 8th. Of course, there's only 15 drivers, and Anthony Corby is still out front. What a car Anthony Corby he brought to this All-Star race. His team, just fantastic here at Charlotte. You see the drivers who've dropped back. Bobby Fraser not where he wants to be this season. He has fallen back. Not how he thought he would come off of a championship run. Starting his own team, though, after driving for DW Motorsports this season. Starting Camping Motorsports next season, driving the 30 car. So his 3rd different car in 3 years. We also got update that the car Noah Kramer is driving is out of action. He will be retiring after this season, and Scott Motorsports will become a single car team and switch manufacturers to BMW. Just some updates, and those are the only updates we have for now. But yeah, so Noah Kramer's losing his ride. This is his last All-Star race. He's not really losing his ride. He had talked about him just not feeling it anymore and wants to just stop racing. Scott Motorsports might have a second car, though. Maybe a part-time car or something. Not sure how that's going to work. Updates to come. As you see, Chester Harvey now is way back here. And Noah Kramer would love to get a win, though, this season. Could he get his only win out the All-Star race? Get Scott Motorsports their first career win. Carson's never won in this series, and Scott Motorsports started this year has never won. Corby Haas Racing's never won. Won when they were Stewart Haas Racing last year, but they're Corby Haas Racing, as Anthony switched to the 41 as well from the 4. It was actually Jesse Turner who was in this 41 car last year. Same car. It looked a little different. It's actually really the same car, same team that Jesse Turner had last year. They did not perform too well, but now that they have Anthony Corby, won a bunch of races last year, they're great. It looks like Anthony Corby could win segment 2 as well. So 3 wide back here. Matt Johnson is looking for him. Oh, did not even notice. He is all the way back up to 3rd already. And does he have anything for Noah Kramer right here? He's on the inside at the line. Does he going into 1 and 2? This would put Matt Johnson on the front row for the final start. Now I have to worry about his pit stop. And Noah is dropping real fast as that inside line's coming. Getting passed by Jesse Turner. Now here comes Grayson Acevedo. This is the race really for the front row now, as I don't think anyone's going to catch Anthony Corby. Now here comes Grayson Acevedo to the front. Jesse Turner's behind him. Does Jesse make a run or something right here? As we're 2 to go here in segment 2 already. Of course, it's Anthony Corby still out front. And Chester Harvey is way back here. Something's going on there. See if they fix it on the pit stop coming up soon. Side-by-side battle. Noah Kramer's back here. Does he try to go 3 wide? He knows he only has 1 more lap the next time by to try to stay on the front row for the final restart, or for the final segment. Oh, there's the white flag for Anthony Corby, and here's the battle for the front row start. Will it be Jesse Turner or Noah Kramer? Jesse gets loose. Matt Johnson on the inside. He went through the grass earlier. There, 3 wide. Never mind. Now they're side by side. No, they're not. Does Noah jump in front of Matt Johnson? He's got Joshua Jones, and Noah's actually going to go real wide here. That allows Matt Johnson to get the run. Anthony Corby pulls way ahead, though, as the battle's for second. Anthony wins segment 2, and at the line, I think it was Noah. It was, wow, what a close finish for that second position. So Anthony Corby, and it's going to be Matt Johnson on the second row. Noah Kramer, Joshua Jones, and yeah. So that's where these all drivers finish. Doesn't really matter. We are going to, though, check out Mr. Matt Johnson. Here's the finish as we were watching Noah win it. There's the finish he got for second. And then when he went through the grass, it was the next lap. Here it is. It looks like, oh, he's going to get turned by the 58 of Ferdinand. That could have been real big right there, but good thing it wasn't. And we're going to the final segment. It is Anthony Corby and Matthew Johnson. No. 28. Matt Johnson, yeah. On the front row for the final segment. And pit stops will happen in between this segment and next segment. We are back. You see the order all shuffled up. Pit stops were crazy. No accidents, just different orders, different strategies. Anthony Corby, Matt Johnson, 20 laps to see who's going to win here at Charlotte in the All-Star race. Anthony Corby gets a great jump here in the final 20 laps. Can he finish it off? He's won the first two segments. We've seen pretty clean starts and whatnot. As you can see, the big backboard, they have a Dick Trickle tribute going on for the final segment. And look at the three-wide action we have here. Matt Johnson on the outside. He's going to smack the wall. And they're going to wreck on here in the final segment. Jesse Turner through the grass, and he's going to clip the 20 car Grayson Acevedo. They're wrecking early here in the final segment, trying to get all they can here late, and we see the first wreck. We slowed them down, and Anthony Corby's out front. Chester Harvey's up here. Alexander Russell, Noah Kramer, Colin Lindsay, your top 5. Caution laps count, so we will be back soon. We're going to go check the wreck, and I don't understand if anyone pits here, but of course we always have that chance we might see someone pit. There you see the skid marks. We're going to go check it out real quick. It involved Matt Johnson getting turned in the tri-oval. So Matt Johnson did not get the start he wanted. He's down here now, 3 wide with Noah, Alexander Russell. He gets in the wall. You see Ferdinand get in the wall as well. Then they get into, it looks like Ferdinand gets into his teammate Vaughn, who turns Jesse Turner, who then it looks like is going to slide up the track right here and collects Grayson Acevedo. If Grayson didn't get into it, it would have just been a little spin out, but we go on board with Grayson. You'll see it right here. Just clip Grayson. Grayson pretty much had nowhere to go and is going to get in the wall as well. Tear up those 2 cars here late. So about 4 cars got damaged. We'll go on board with the 58. Oh, you see Matt Johnson getting to the 58 afterwards, showing the displeasure of getting in the back of him. But Ferdinand really had nowhere to go as well. As you see, they get in the wall, tap him, and then... Oh, wow. So, yep. So, Ferdinand, not too much damage. Neither did Matt Johnson. Mainly Grayson Acevedo and the 80 of Jesse Turner, your Daytona 500 champion. We're under caution here already in segment 3. The first 2 went green, and this one is going wild already. Alright, we are back. So, the 80 hit pit road, the 91, and the 20 hit pit road. 20's all torn up. Surprised no one else really hit pit road that were involved in the wreck. So, single file restart here. Next time we get a double file restart will only be for the green-white checkered, if it happens. That is if we cannot go back green racing, and you have to be on the lead lap or up to speed. So, say we go back going, and the 20 and the 80 are not up to speed. They would not be valid for the green-white checkered. They would be asked to come down pit road and go ahead and park their cards. And Anthony Corby, he's dominated this race so far. He is out front still once again. Does he finish it off? Green flag's back out here. We already have seen a caution here in the final segment. Did not see one in either the first 2 or in the other race. The race in. And already shuffling around. We see the 58 on the outside. He got involved in that last wreck, so no surprise there. And now they are racing up front. Here comes Alexander Russell on the inside of the 35 of Chester Harvey. Yeah, see, Grayson and Jesse are off pace. If we do see a green light checker, they will be asked to park their cars for the final bit. So, not what they wanted to see, but we see Alexander Russell. He's having a great run here. Thought he might. Oh, Anthony gets a little out of the groove he was racing. Here comes Alexander Russell now. Does Alexander Russell have anything for the race lead? No one's been able to pass Corby since he took the race lead. And someone's around in the back. No, they're not. Oh, I thought I saw some smoke. I'm so sorry. Alexander Russell, and he's going to get moved by Colin Lindsay. Colin, the two-time winner this season already, the only multiple winner, and they're 3 wide for 4th behind them. Mike Tolan stuck on this high lane up here. Mike Tolan's in the wall. Oh, he bounces off Noah and bounces in the wall some more. He's going to lose some positions for sure. Colin Lindsay now trying to go for this race lead. We have seen more racing here than we did in the first 2 segments. These drivers know this is the go segment. Jesse and Grayson way off the pace. Colin now is getting a push from a good friend, Joshua Jones. Alexander Russell looks like he's trying to, or Corby's trying to move Alexander Russell out the groove. You have to think Anthony Corby has to be frustrated on this, stuck in this outside, trying to get on the inside, and he can't as he's going 3 wide now with other veterans on Noah and Bobby. Some veteran racers up here. Bobby Fraser making his way to the front now late here. I think this could have been his plan all along. Being in the back. Noah's getting loose. Almost getting into Corby up here. And Colin Lindsay gets in the wall. Or if he didn't, that was close. He got out of shape for sure and almost got into Alexander Russell as we're 10 to go. Bobby Fraser up here late. He's racing with Joshua Jones and Matthew Brown. This is where the experience and the non-experience comes into play. We've seen Anthony dominate the first 2 as the crossover by Joshua Jones. What a crossover move by Joshua Jones for 2nd place now. And the 24 smacks the wall exiting 4. These cars might be a little tight coming off turn 4 it looks like. We've seen several cars get in the wall. Grayson, Jesse way back here. They are out of contention. Just it looks like running laps, and Bobby's all on the wall. Bobby's now about to drop a whole bunch of positions as he goes 3 wide with some teammates on the inside there, the 44 and 35. Bobby out here, and here's Anthony Corby way back here, and Bobby gets in the wall. Bobby's in the wall a couple times. That's going to kill Bobby's run here in the final run. He is got in the wall a good amount, as you see Matthew Brown. He raced his way into this race. And he is up front. Colin Lindsay now has had a great speed in this final round, trying to get around his teammate Joshua, or Matthew's teammate Joshua, as JJ Motorsports 1 and 2. Anthony Corby trying to march back up. He is 9th, going 8th. Him and Matthew Brown started on the front row for this final segment, and they are 8th and 9th. So you can see how the intensity came up. Everyone got fresh tires on the pit stop. Patrick Gill's up here now. Here's Chester Harvey. Joshua Jones, he owns this team. He owns the 10 car. How does this make him feel? He's running behind the 10 car in the All-Star race. Joshua, a race winner. Matthew's never won, and he is now trying to pass Matthew as Patrick is trying to pass the 3 of Colin Lindsay. This race is getting exciting. Colin could have made a bold move right there. I'm surprised he did not to go 3 wide in between the 10 and 46. As it's a 5-car battle for the race lead. As Mike Tolan, and here's Anthony Corby marching his way back to the front. Does Anthony have anything for these guys? I'm not sure if he does. We're down to 5 to go now. Will we end under caution? Or will we see a green-white checkered? My bad. Because we cannot enter caution. I personally think we might, because the way these drivers are driving, you see Bobby's really lost it. Not sure we'll catch the 20. I was going to see if we were going to catch the 20 and 80. Actually, don't think so, but just we're at the line. That was Joshua, as it's Patrick Gill, and Anthony's making bold moves under it. Oh, look at Joshua hold up the outside lane. About 4 different lines going there. Joshua all in the wall. Anthony Corby's back up to 3rd. He's coming back for this race lead. He wants it. He wants to win this All-Star race. Almost going 3 wide for the race lead. Chester Harvey's out front. Joshua smacks the wall hard once again. He is stuck on this outside. His car looks like to be tight. Was that the caution flag? No. Back to the race lead. Anthony Corby. 3 wide. No, he allowed the 3 car to make him run on the inside. Here we are. We're 3 wide for the race lead. Here, does Anthony have the run down the backstretch? He worked all the way to get back to the front, but the Dodge of Colin Lindsay's on his inside. Matthew Brown Colin Lindsay at the line. That would have been Anthony. He's got the outside advantage. Does he see an advantage here going through 1 and 2 as we're 2 to go? Matthew Brown makes it 3 wide in turn 1 and 2 here on the All-Star race. Who's going to finish the race? Anthony Corby is out of shape. Does he cut to the inside? He doesn't have room. Chester's going to move on the inside of him. Matthew Brown is out front. He raced his way in. Do we see a caution here before we get the white flag? No, white flag's out. So we are going to end the race here. And Noah Kramer's going under Colin. Matthew Brown's out front, guys. Matthew Brown, the guy who raced his way into the race, is out front. Does he have it? Is he going to win it? You see 2 wide back here. They're not going to be catching Matthew Brown. Does Matthew get through 3 and 4 perfectly? He will. And off turn 4, it looks like Matthew Brown's going to pick up his first career win, and it's going to be the All-Star race. Matthew Brown wins the All-Star race here at Charlotte. His first career win. Of course, it's not for points, but wow. And look at the other driver who raced his way into the All-Star race. Alexander Russell finished 4th. Anthony Corby 9th after winning the first 2 segments. Big story there. But from this tells me, Anthony Corby, if they bring a car nearly as good as this, he'll have a great car for the 600. Finally, maybe get back to victory lane. Jesse Grayson got involved in that accident. Bobby got in the wall hard late. Ferdinand just fell way back at the end. And we saw Matthew Brown race his way into this race, and he'll pick up the All-Star win. Thank you guys so much for watching. You'll see Matthew Brown burnouts next, and that's all you'll see. No points, of course. So congratulations to Matthew Brown on your first career win. Of course, it is the All-Star race. And wow, so if you and Ivan Alonso, big shout out to him coming home 4th after hitting the wall. Not having a good first and second segment, but wow, Ivan Alonso 4th, Noah Kramer 5th. Yeah, Anthony Corby has to be the heartbreak falling tonight. But yeah, so burnouts next for Matthew Brown. He is circling the track as it's paused for right now, though, for certain reasons. So thank you guys so much for watching. The 600 is up next on the channel, and Matthew Brown wins the. I'm in disbelief. Anthony had that lead. He marched all the way back up to the front with about 2 to go. He got past. Wow, Matthew Brown made it 3 wide on Colin Lindsay and Anthony Corby. Colin Lindsay's a 2-time winner. Anthony Corby a 4-time. Wow, Matthew Brown. Will we see Matthew get his first official win? This is his first career win, but it's not a quote-unquote official win because it's not a points win. So, thank you for watching. That's it. All right.